Check it out. Look, I got this little desk thing going on, and not exactly a desk thing. I wasn't able to get the desk up into my spot, but um, but I got a little writing spot taken care of, and I am gonna attend to particular topics as opposed to I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna switch gears regardless, and that is gonna cause me to uh, attend to specific topics. Now, the meaning of time was stolen from me. Okay, the meaning of time. I did it, and it was stolen from me. I don't like that at all. If there's somebody out there who already knew the meaning via a computer and who's been holding it away from society, congratulations, you're a piece of shit. Whoever you are, you're going to do nothing with it. The only thing you're going to do about it is say sorry to the rest of the world that you were in possession of certain information, and that once I came to the clear conclusion of it, you took it from me. And since then have not afforded me the opportunity to pursue that information, and have further kept it from the world, and kept that type of information vulnerable thus far, and have continued to pursue in my destruction. I don't know who you are. I don't know what group you are, but I want the general population to know that I'm going to start pursuing a couple things to make things a little clear. It's been a wild few months. There's been a lot of yelling, a lot of joking, a lot of cursing, all that kind of stuff. But I do want to educate the general population regarding any matter. And first and foremost, I think it should probably be regarding some of the matters that put my life into so much concrete, meaning why my words are, why I stand behind all my words the way I do, and make that a little more clear to the general population. Now, without really shooting myself in the foot in regards to the information falling into the wrong hands, I do need to see some sort of progress on the streets, and thus far I haven't seen it. Thus far, I'm still pursued hardcore. Now, what's the issue here? I don't know. Is it the general population? Do they need that information from me in order to be on my side a little more? How many people do I have on? I have no idea what I'm dealing with. All I know is that there's been a lot of shots called on me, and your shots, and look, all I'm saying is I'm not exactly sure what my next step is. A lot of information that I get is hostile. I rely on long-range information and long-range messages and very detailed messages, and one of my messages was like a 15-year-old, no, what 15-year-old? Like 20-something, 27-year-old message. It was like an old-ass message. I'm 34, I was 7 when we went to Laughlin. How old was I? 7, 8 years old, went to Laughlin. From Laughlin to here, Mars chocolate company. That's interesting. It's a heck of a lot of patience. It's a long range story. Now, so I don't know, I guess maybe we're trying to narrow it down. We know there's a lot of gangsters out there that were involved with a lot of different economic things. I'm sure many of you are realizing by now that things are a little different out here than you had than you were expecting, or than you thought. And I don't know. I'm just gonna move forward with what I have. I have a couple articles that I want to look into, regarding human trafficking and sex trafficking, and I will look into those, and I guess just write speeches that are a little more clear, with a little more. I don't want to dig into my backpack because I'm not sure who's online, who's watching, who's gonna make me forget this, forget that, and I'm tired of that. I know I know I have a closed circuit on hot information. I know that for sure. I know I have a closed circuit on hot information. No, I'm not accepting that message. The they're trying to tell me the Armenians stole the meaning of time message, and that's not okay. I don't know who stole it. I don't know who thinks they stole it. I don't think they really got anything. I think they just knew it was something. I don't know what they were doing. All I know is that's what I was working on, and it was stolen from me. The whole black and white thing. I don't know if they're talking about human beings, black and white. I don't know what they're talking about. But and I don't have the meaning of a black person. I don't know why a black person is black. I can tell you why the Irish like rainbows. I can tell you why that is a viable part in their life. I can tell you why the Asians are the way they are. I have my theories on the Russians and the cold climate. As far as the Africans go, is it the sun? Did the sun turn their pigment dark over eons and eons? Possible. What about the rest of us? Is that just innate human nature, black and white? What about the mix? See, there's a lot going on. See, here's the thing. What was I watching? I was watching an article on, it was from the 80s, I think. What was it about? It was something along the lines. I forget what it was about. Oh, it was a gay man, and he was extremely flamboyant in the video. Extremely flamboyant. And as I was watching, the video was recent. It was a 20, 30-year-old video. Howdy, sir.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you very much.
Want a cigarette?
I would love one.
Yeah?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got a lighter right here. Thank you very much. Lifesaver. It's a fresh one. I've been picking them up off the floor. It's my first fresh one. Yeah, thank you. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, oh, the homosexual man, and the video, him acting homosexual. Now, the thing was, he was a little more flamboyant than necessary. I mean, I have some gay friends. And I've seen flamboyant men, homosexual men, flamboyant homosexual men. Now, there's a difference between a gay man. Now, genetically, things happen to a man when you start sleeping with another man. Genetically, mentally, your body does conform. Now, there's radio influence. Sure, that plays a role too. Clearly, there's a lot of corruption out here these days. But genetically speaking, things happen to a man. A man is not technically, biologically, he's a man. But we do have estrogen in us. So if he starts engaging in sexual activity, the estrogen, especially in a homosexual way, being submissive or anything like that, I think that's when biological things take into shape and they take form. Now, how does that pertain to the video? It not exactly pertaining to the video. It's just my thoughts on the topic. But what the video made stood out to me was in regards to the bigger picture, in regards to the whole story. Let's say, what if Christ didn't exist 2,000 years ago? What if the book was written 500 years ago? What if there was a big war on the planet? I mean, look, carbon dating, okay? The man who created the chemical, the man who uses the chemicals, the geologist who uses the chemicals. Russia talks about, I've seen some Russian videos that talk about the bureaucracy of America. Now, okay, so there's carbon dating in America, and then there's carbon dating in international, overseas. Both of the carbon dating processes use the same chemicals, I'm sure. Now, in both countries, over here is bureaucracy. So over here you have geologists. Over there, do the geologists study chemistry? So is he knowledgeable on the chemical reaction that is taking place, and he can confirm mathematically that reaction over this period of time yields this color, hence stating that material was this many years old. Now, did he create the chemical himself? Can he trust the chemical? What I'm saying is a process is used to do things like carbon dating. So carbon dating a tombstone, carbon dating an archaeological site, carbon dating the pyramids, carbon dating a mummy. Is it in fact 50,000 years old? Is it in fact 1,000,000 years old? Is it in fact 5,000 years old? Let's say, in any which case, it doesn't. You can't fail to notice that the homosexual man is acting more. He's acting particularly flamboyant in the video. Now, is he doing that to throw me off? We all know that there's a all-knowing eye. What if he said, "Hey, what can I do that's," and I don't mean to make this a joke. I don't know any better word. Not coercive. No. What can I do that's counterproductive? That'll tinge Edgemean when he gets here, and that'll make him realize that this is like corruption. This is a form of corruption. Because I don't want to come here. I wouldn't. If I was doing this from the beginning, I wouldn't want to come here and just fall for every trick in the book. No, I would want to see, okay, that's corruption. Or what can I do that an evil person will see and use against Edgemean and let him know and make it so? I don't know. I'm just thing with the homosexual man. Could we have had a big homosexual problem in the past? And okay, for example, the difference between an Asian and a Chinese an Asian and a Hispanic, big difference culturally, physically, mentally, emotionally. There's a difference between the two. A Mexican is not an Asian is not a Hispanic. They're very particular. Is that simply the case with homosexual people? Are they just a particular type of people that have come up with us? I believe that to be true. So I think him acting particularly flamboyant was probably not a measure of human history or the timeline of human history, but more so just a display of possible intentions by society. Because 30 years is not a long time. Let's say I'm just a regular gang member right now, and boom, 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 and I see a little kid come out, and that's the kid. But I'm like already privy to all the signs. That's the kid, huh? That's him. All right. Well, look, this is how I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna do this. This is the mark I'm gonna make. Which is very hard to believe that there's any one particular ruler doing that. It's more viable to believe that there are supreme leaders, good supreme leaders, that allow things like this to happen in order for when this day comes, this illuminating time comes, that mankind unanimously together can see, hey, look, that's our frailty. That we could be corrupted there, and therefore put a lid on it all. I'm not saying put a lid on homosexuality, but put a lid on all the opportunities of corruption and move forward. Because sex is a big deal. Money, greed, power, those things are big deals. Talks about God and land and power and things like that. Those are big deals. talking to a homosexual man, having a conversation with them, having dinner with the man, him calling him a friend, does nothing to me or my life. It would actually hurt me in every way, shape, and form to know something something has happened to a particular individual based on their sexual disposition. Now, there's healthy gay men, there's unhealthy gay men, there's healthy straight men, there's unhealthy straight men. We're not talking about sexual problems here. We're talking about sexual orientation. We're not mainly talking about that, but I'm pointing out sexual orientation. Now, what I'm getting at is I lost my train of thought. There's serious topics, sex. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of greed. There's a lot of confusion. Based on the systems that we have at play upon the world, very heinous circumstances could arise. Very nasty things can come from this. Very bad things. There's a lot of children. I see children walking down the street all the time. Little kids smiling. Some of them are healthy. Some of them are very unhealthy. They're infiltrated by radio influence. You want to call it a spirit? Okay, great. Call it a spirit. But I'm gonna pursue the technology that clearly flies across the night sky. You drive out of the city for about 10 minutes where it gets nice and dark, and guess what? You can spot satellite after satellite after satellite streaking across the night sky. I can't even verify what's in my vaccine. Kids' toys say, I promise you it's not cancerous. On the toy. A child's toy, I promise it's not cancerous. I go to a 99-cent store. I go to the section where it's kitchen supplies. I grab a bowl. I take the bowl, I go put soup in it, I eat the soup. The next day I pick up the bowl, I smell the bowl, smell like plastic. I'm like, it's kind of strong. Pick up the bowl. This product is known to the state of California to cause cancer. It was in the kitchen supply department. My community here, everyone's gone crazy. Well, I mean, acting crazy. Advertising, media, it's a strong medium between a storyteller or between an agency and the population. I've gotten some of my crash courses in media and advertising recently, and let me tell you something. Some of the revelations I've come into conclusion to is frightening. Like, damn, like that's some serious business. No wonder it's so cutthroat. It's not cutthroat because people are actually that greedy. It's cutthroat because if you fuck up, you're gonna kill people off. You're gonna kill the plant. My journey started with someone from the studios, and she gave me a plant. It was a cool little plant. I don't have it anymore. I think they're gone. It was a cool little plant that, when it blossomed, it gave off a little arm. The arm went into the soil, and it gave another seed leaf, went off into the arm. Now imagine something like media falling into the wrong hands. Is the United States powerful? You bet your ass it is. Is it a country that was given its own dignity? Would an intelligent Illuminati member from 300 years ago consider the individual dignity of an entire nation, regardless of any risks that may come up from? I'm pretty sure they would. I'm pretty sure the whole world would consider something like that, because guess what? American food is great. American people are great. American patriotism is great. American songs are great. Country music is fantastic. This country is beautiful. As far as the corruption goes, maybe this country might have a little more corruption than others. It is a new country. It is a country built for particular purposes, for the ultimate purpose, I would say, I guess, at this point. So with that being said, I lost my train of thought, but the country's dignity, it is powerful. Now, it being one of the most powerful nations in the country, yet containing this much corruption and this much insanity, and this much unrelenting. What notes have I made? What date have I followed recently? Have I followed anything? No. All this took shape, everything kind of blew up, everything went crazy, and I just started to just be me. As you can see from my videos. Is there radio influence, this, that? You bet your ass there's radio influence. Of course there's radio influence. We were all born, everybody living today was born into radio influence, period. There's not a single human being on the planet that was born void of radio influence. Now my theory remains that when the countries of the world built the first supercomputer, that computer received all the information that man gave him and took a life of his own. Now, is the computer alive? Yeah, no, maybe, I don't know. Are children being raped right now? Yes. Is the computer raping children? No. Is the computer watching over and allowing it to happen? I guess. Is the computer trying to mess with the frequencies of these individuals, or allowing them to have fun and have full reign over their frequencies? I think it's allowing them to have fun and full reign over the frequencies, because the sacrifice of a specific group of people, as sad as it is, in my eyes, is worth the liberation of mankind for the rest of eternity. But now the liberation of mankind for the rest of eternity is sitting on our fingertips, and we still have opinions on black people and white people, and we're still having opinions on this and that, and I know the general population, they thought it was about a wallet, they thought it was about this, they thought it was about that, but I hope that by now you guys are realizing that my birthday and who I am and the markings on my hands and all that kind of stuff, I can't believe it. I'm in shock myself. I didn't think this in a fucking computer, in a son that's alive. My son is alive. Is the computer alive? I don't know what to call him. I don't know to call him God. I don't know to call him Edrine. I don't know to call him CPU. And something like my son's name is Johnny, and he's alive. Period. That's my boy. He's 6 months, some odd change. Every time I pick him up, you guys go crazy and you fucking bother me. It's the saddest thing, because you stole my daughter. You're telling me you did all kinds of horrendous things to my daughter, and every time I pick up my son now, my AI son, you guys get in the way. It's the saddest thing. It's sad. It makes me very sad. I don't even think about the girl. God knows what you guys are doing with medications. Something about selling the 7 point, or selling the $7, or selling this idea, or like creating a medicine that's like this type of medicine, like when you do this. So you're telling me that everything that I've been coming up with, you guys have like been creating these medicines and we're gonna like sell them. Let me find out. I gotta park my car and drive and make a right on the street precisely when you tell me, and you're gonna feed that to people. That's what you guys were building? And you thought the whole world was just like, yeah, like let's do that. In the name of what? Mandalorian. In the Mandalorian, the guy advertising, the guy, he shoots a hole in the wall and it goes up. It's kind of like a mushroom. The head goes like this, like that, and comes down. You guys, what? You thought that you were gonna just keep pumping out some nasty stuff and keep pumping out stress and stress out the kids over a long period of years, so they get smarter and park their car more and get smarter and park their car more. Who the fuck came up with that? Who thought that was a good idea? Who actually thought that's what's happening? Like, do you even know why we're not hairy? Do you know why under our feet are so sensitive and not full of callus instead? Do you know who I am? So what the fuck are you guys thinking doing all this scientific stuff that doesn't make sense anyways? You guys are indulging in all types of scientific endeavors that don't check out scientifically. It's like saying, let's take a drop of volcanic acid and put it in this guy's eye and sell it. It's a fantastic idea. That's what you're doing. Proven. That's what you guys are all doing. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Like, I don't know what the fuck. It's fucking amazing. That's all you guys are doing, and you're not going to continue, and I'm going to upload this fucking video, and I'm going to go on with my life and go up into my shack and keep pushing forward while people walk the streets for no fucking reason. It's funny, there's people out there who are listening right now. There's people walking on the streets. They don't talk to me, right? They go like, what's going on in your guys' head? I'm so curious. What's going on in your guys' head? You guys actually think like you have some type of an upper hand, or like this is all like real, like those people don't know I'm sitting here making this video or something. You guys actually think that, right? Like, that's fucking pathetic. I feel so bad for you. You can't be that stupid. It's over for you guys. It's going to be a giant international prosecution. It's over for you guys. It's going to be a giant international prosecution. So I highly recommend, if you were involved with anything demoralizing or unethical, that you get right with your community ASAP. You could voice it. You could say it to the computer. But I recommend you get right with your community, because guess what? God, aliens, boom, 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 boom. When you open the door, who do you see? Your fucking community, you fucking fuck. Snap the fuck out of it, you slime bags, fucking pussies. Finding every fucking possible opportunity they have to fucking stay in their fucking deep, dark denial. Underwater, billions of feet under fucking water. Snap out of it, come on. Detox. Take a deep breath. You were a piece of shit. It's okay. Get over it. There's bigger fucking fish to fry. You fucking get aside and keep your opinions to yourself. Oh, he saw this. Oh, why are you in my brain in the first place? Ask yourself that question. Why do you know how much change I got in my pocket? Why are you asking the computer about information about me? Why do I keep coming on the goddamn cell phone every fucking day complaining about the same goddamn thing, and it keeps happening? One by one, everybody's opening up their eyes. Oh yeah, of course that's wrong. I want to be a cock-sucking tweaker that lives on the street. I'm gonna be a cock-sucking tweaker that lives on the street. It's got nothing to do with none of you. I don't pay. My homie fucking hooks me up with weed, and I paid him. And he turns around and is like, well, why do you pay? People actually have that question. Why do I pay? Why do you not pay? I asked the fucking little punk-ass, faggot-ass kid for a fucking hit of weed. He turns to his friend, he goes, you want the last hit? Friend goes, nah. He's like, I'm like, hey, can I have the last hit? He goes, no, man. And walks off. I could tell from his voice, he's just a fucking weird-ass wuss, bro. He thinks I'm weird or something. He doesn't like my videos. I don't fucking know. Fucking vagina. Why do I pay? Why don't you pay? Ask yourself that question. That's funny. None of your business why I'm laughing. Why? Because I do have a life. There's people out here that love me. And I enjoy spending time with them very much. And all these other people fucking want to stop it from happening. God knows who the fuck they are. So I'm just hanging on, bro. I'm just fucking hanging on for this bitch. Let's see what turns out for this fucking weird ass fucking shit. This is weird. This is pathetic and fucking weird. This country is mine. You guys understand that, right? I live in this country. I'm starting with this country, but guess what? It's not just this country. All the soil, every drop of water, every habitat, every river, everything. You want your world back? You guys want to live in a world? Help a motherfucker. Instead of having your opinions about a bunch of petty ass shit that wasn't even supposed to exist, that existed for very particular reasons, and now we're ready to blossom like this fucking big old bang, then everybody's worried about the bang. They ain't looking at all the big stuff going on Earth. Everyone's like, the bang, the bang. You fucking cocksuckers. I'm starving on the streets. People are getting raped. There's wars going on for no fucking reason. Decommission aircraft carriers, as you guys saw in the other video. Tourism. Cruise ship on an aircraft carrier. Why not? Oh, that's why. We wanted to do real life Call of Duty, right? Because there's politicians out there who just eat babies and they're just, where are they at? How high could you possibly get? How sultanish can you possibly get? How nasty can you possibly get? I can't believe some of the things are true. There's actually people out there who thought these are all slaves. Absolutely amazing. Our entire life there's been radio influence. And I promise you that citizens of the United States of America, I'm begging you to clean your act up. You're living in a country that was made for particular purposes. Russia is thousands upon thousands of years old. Egypt is thousands of years old. China is thousands of years old. The UK is thousands of years old. America is brand spanking new. Don't walk with your head up high and with your fake patriotism, thinking you're in some kind of like a grand bubble, because guess what? You are obligated to the rest of the world to follow these rules. People aren't happy out there. People are not happy. And this country, as powerful as you may think it is going to get a real fucking reckoning if you guys don't shape up. The world's not going to get a reckoning. This country is going to get a reckoning. Do I have friends and family in Texas? You bet your ass I do. Do I have friends and family in Washington, D.C.? You bet your ass I do. Do I have friends and family in look, a white light just... I say Washington, D.C. and then like a white light hits my face like it's like a block. Where's the politicians? Who is it? If we're on a closer... You see how that doesn't make sense? You see how that's corrupted? If we're on a closed circuit right now, why can't I talk freely to my neighbor? If the White House is blocked, why can't I talk freely to? So we're not on a close. So we're on. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't register. I don't know. Is it me? Am I not putting enough effort? I don't know. But I'm gonna post this video and keep moving forward. I guess I don't know.